Hi, Dixie.
Hi.
Hey, do you remember last night we were doing the EFT piece?
Yes.
And it was a little bit over an hour, I think, our session. But we did that one piece where we paid attention to our thoughts. You know,
Yes.
you had this experience of like feeling, gosh, there's nothing there, but in a good way. There were none of these anxieties that were there before, and you reached that peaceful state and you were free. And then a little while later, you know, I think I may have mentioned that can of worms. It's kind of a test, you know, to see where you're at, and you felt this anxiety come up again. And then we did that little exercise where you close your eyes, take a couple deep breaths,
Yeah.
and you just let whatever thought comes up rise up, and then that goes away, and you know, some other thought like a hot dog in New York comes up, and then a race car in Kansas or whatever. And those slowed down, those thoughts.
Yes, I did.
And then you started to see a space in between them.
Oh, the space.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It. I'm very visual.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very visual, and so. But when you told me to look between the one end of a wall to the other wall and see the space in between, you know, I saw it, but I saw what was filling it up.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until you put two nuts and you held them up, and then you told me to look between the space. It was totally empty. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I felt.
Yeah.
That's what I felt.
So that's such a big part of this process. And actually that piece of looking between two things and seeing the space comes from a guy named Dr. Frank Kinslow, and he has some books out, and I have book reports on the website you can look at for that. But that place of nothing that you experienced before we did the exercise, and that was so novel in your life, and yet we spend our time not in the nothing, but we spend our time out there paying attention, like, you know, the peanuts that I held up, paying my attention to those things, and we're acting and reacting to our fears and hopes, even the good things, but we're out there, we're acting and we're reacting to life. And it's very conditional. And then when you got back to that place of nothing, it's just pure peace. There's no conditions on it. You know, you simply observe. There's nothing we do to get there. So that little exercise of like holding up two things or looking at two objects and then being aware of the space in between. I love that exercise, because if you allow yourself to just do that regularly, you become aware of that space all the time. And then when something pulls you out of it, a conflict or anything like that, you're able to just, oh, there's space here, and I can observe and be aware and pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much more peacefulness that's possible, instead of, you know, automatically feeling like I need to flee or
Yes.
I need to fight. Yeah.
Or the to-do list.
Yeah, the to-do list.
I love
yeah.
the to-do list.
Let's talk about that in the next little video.
Okay.